control of this vital safety exchange now. And has taken full advantage. He's got the snooker. And Ronnie not only has got to hit this red, somehow got to get it safe. Hit it, but not safe. And the red is all that's required for Ali Carter to take the first frame of this middle session.
One.
And it was funny, Stephen, the first frame of the first session this morning took just over 27 minutes. The longest frame of the match. And this one now is in his 26th minute. So tentative opening frames, and Ali has won them both.
5.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would say that would suit Ali Carter, but Ronnie Sullivan's safety play is so good. It doesn't really favour Carter for the frames to be scrappy.
10.
But it was an important frame. Normally we say it's more important for the player behind, but I felt this frame was more important for Alistair Carter.
14.
Momentum is so important in these long matches, to keep it as long as possible.
Well, the blue's not there, but
he'd
done enough. It was a frame where you've got to say both players had chances. Probably Ali had the better ones. And in the end, he wins it. And he's now 3 clear. 6-3. So, yeah, it was an important frame, and I'm certain Ali is pleased. And Ronnie's body language
looks a little bit flat to me. I mean, he did in the first session against Maguire as well. I know I didn't work on the second session. Obviously, I played a lot better, but it's the same sort of. You know, both players are just watching the other screen and the other match, but yeah, it just looks there's something missing for me.
Yeah, well, as I say, this morning his safety was a little bit under par, but I think what is showing up more when we look at the statistics is his long pot success. 33%. That's half really of what is normally required.
Yeah, pot success 88. I mean, at times this season I think he's been up as high as 97 or 98. So he's yet to really catch fire in this championship. But as we all know, one moment of inspiration can transform him.
Thank you. Frame 10. Ali Carter to break.
Once again, the break-off shot, leaving a red to the right corner. Ronnie will be taking this one on.
There is a cannon on, the red to the left of the black. But now playing the more safety conscious shot. But you have to say, I was a mile away. No control really of the cue ball. That's interesting. Not even looked at that red.
Yeah, we just caught a quick glimpse there of Ronnie's long pot success. 3 out of 10. And sometimes long pots are the only way you're going to get in. And he's taking this on to the middle, and this is tough. Oh, what a pot! What a pot that is!
Yep, Ali Carter refused what looked to me a shot to nothing. He may regret it.
He's just about okay, but he could have played that better. Play a little cannon on the red to the left of the black. Yeah,
9.
nicely done. And now the black is available into both corner pockets.
$16. $17.
Struck that very well. You could see the acceleration in the cue ball. Ooh, a horrendous kick. Absolutely horrendous kick.
25.
Watch this. Watch the cue ball jump and stop. Still taking the black on. Again, you have to say it was,
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 25.
you know, reckless is maybe too strong a word, but it's not the type of shot you would normally think Ronnie would play around the table.
Yeah, and if the black had gone in, as you see, he landed absolutely perfect on the red, but the fact that he got so close to black, it's blocked the pocket for Ali. So this red near the top cushion is not available. But that bad contact that Ronnie had when he potted the red to try and get perfect position on the black will maybe just frustrate him a little bit more. Looked every chance there that he could win the frame in one visit, and that's what he likes, quick frames. Got a good line here. Just a little bit pacey. It makes such a difference. If you're tight on the cushion, you really just plain ball striking on the cue ball, but if you can get to it, you can put a little bit of side on here just to find the line better. And that's what Ali's done.
This situation, when I must say it's a big pocket where the black is, and to put that red down the cushion, but he doesn't really want to play it because he'll move the black away and be on nothing.
Got to be careful of the double kiss here. Oh, well, he's gone in off.
Ali Carter, 4.
Error strewn at the moment.
It's actually not a bad result. That cue ball rattles in the jaws and maybe comes out into the middle of the table. Could have left Ali Carter something easier than this. It could work in Ronnie's favour, that mistake, if Ali misses this red.
One.
How unlucky is that? I mean, I don't blame him playing the way he did. He couldn't believe that the path to the black was going to be covered. Wry's smile. Nothing funny about it, though.
I think the only good thing is he can take great confidence from that red that he's potted under pressure. You look at what he's left. Should have missed that. Would have cost him the frame.
Blue ball. Ali Carter, 1.
This frame could end up, unless someone makes a major error, could get quite messy in 2 or 3 shots time with the black being over that left corner. This is a brilliant shot.
don't much come much better than that. I think he may just be able to get past the blue to play safe down the right hand side, but we noticed in the first frame he was trying to play some of these shots, caught him a bit too thick. Well, is he going for this red? If it goes in, he'll be on the black. If it goes in, he's on the black. What a shot he was forced into playing there.
Well, I didn't see this morning's session, but I'll go out on a limb and say that's one of the shots of the match so far. To pot that clean without touching the black was an incredible shot. He's not playing that good a shot there, though. That was clumsy.
8.
No, he's okay. I didn't think he was on this red. I take that back, Ali.
9.
This black, putting 4 points behind. So he can build up a useful lead here. Winning the frame at this visit, tall order.
16. 17. 24.
Well,
25.
left it till the last minute in the last frame to disturb the awkward reds. Is he going to do the same here? He needs to make sure he finishes high in the black at some stage so he can play the cannon.
31. 32.
So pot the pink. Leave yourself straight on this red to the left corner so you can just leave the white where the red is really.
Now this could be the key shot to the frame. As I say, it'd be a tall order to win the frame at this
38.
visit, but if he gets a nice angle on the black and he develops a couple of reds, which will be all he needs.
I think if he plays the cannon and the red, you know, the right of the three together, he could finish on nothing. I think possibly playing a cannon, the red
39.
to the red to the extreme left, or the middle red of those three. See, I think if he puts the cue ball down in a straight line, more or less, he could finish on nothing. So not straightforward, this shot. I think I'll be playing a cannon and the red to the extreme left. That's what he played, but he flicked the wrong red.
Yeah, he just
46.
tried the delicate cannon just to develop the single red. I don't know, I think I might have gone a bit more full-blooded on that. Anyway, he's got a nice lead, but he didn't follow it with a good safety. That's disappointing. 26 points to lead, but still 59 remaining. Just caught that red a little bit too thin. He may have just about got the snooker. He has. But it's one of those you feel if you come off the top cushion and just catch the red just less than quarter ball, you can get back up the table. There you see, you can't hit it, but just come off the top cushion with just a trace of the left hand side. And in the end it was too much, got it too much behind it. But he's not left the easiest pot on for Ronnie, but it's half a chance. if he knocks this red in.
I think that was another iffy bounce off the black cushion. Had to play the cannon. Could have gone wrong.
Well, as he had a result there. That red just flicked the yellow. Did it move it so this blue goes to the top? It does. But he's missed it.
Ronnie
Certainly not firing on all cylinders yet this evening, isn't Ronnie? Two reds, two covers still needed. And the reason I say that, because I don't think he's going to risk trying to force this in and play for pink or black.
One.
So he needs a colour off this awkward last red. Right, it's a good line. Doesn't want to be too straight on this red.
4.
23 points to lead. Red and a cover needed.
Shots like this could be a turning point. Oh, well played, well played.
5.
At pace.
Choice, pink or black, whichever. And that just was gobbled up in no uncertain terms. He's missed a couple in the middle, but he only needs the pink. Doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball, just pot the pink. And in it goes. So now 30 points to lead, 27 remaining. Ronnie O'Sullivan needs a snooker.
11. 14.
Another excellent long pot from Ali Carter. If you can't gain confidence from the mistakes when he's
16.
making, then well, you're never going to get confidence.
Yeah, it was funny. I was on the match this morning
20.
and I was in with Al McManus, and I said that one of the problems when you play people like Ronnie and yourself in your heyday and Steve Davis, you just feel that you've got to play the best snooker of your life. And he
Ali Carter,
hasn't,
20 and the frame.
but he's still got a four-frame advantage. Ronnie O'Sullivan not firing at all. Ali Carter just picking up the pieces. Now leads 7-3.
Yeah, I think that this season, you know, Ronnie Sullivan's won 5 ranking tournaments, and he's at times has just been playing perfect snooker. So it makes it all the more unusual when you see him make the mistakes. It just goes to show you how difficult this game is, John.
Yeah, you take nothing for granted, and I don't think Ronnie will be panicking just yet, but he needs to get a frame on the board, because from 3-3 he's lost the last 4 frames. First to 17, of course, remember, these first to 13, sorry, these second round matches. 3 sessions, the first 2 sessions of 8, and then the remaining 9 frames, or whatever's left in the third session, which in this case, in this match, will be tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I think we have to mention that frame could have gone oh so differently had Ronnie O'Sullivan not got a horrendous kick in playing a positional shot for the black. Stopped him in his tracks.
Thank you, frame 11. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Now, Ronnie's a great believer. To get a good white, you need to be at least a foot this side of the baulk line.
Close that door, please.
Not quite, but he's got a good cue ball.
And again, there is a pot on. There's a shot to nothing. Right corner, cue ball will take a natural path round the back of the black. He doesn't like it. To me, I think going for the pot is easier than the safety.
Yeah, the containing safety shot from Ali. Didn't really put Ronnie in any trouble, but Ronnie's put him in a spot of bother here. That was risky. But I know he potted an even harder red than that in the last frame, but he's left Ronnie a chance of this red to the left of the black. Dangerous thing to do.
One.
Although the flick off the reds hasn't left Ronnie in perfect position on this yellow.
Just wanted to say that was beautifully struck.
3.
The cue ball just crept past the blue. Wow, he's got a red to the right corner.
Yeah, and I think if you're making mistakes, you're not having table time and making breaks like Ronnie's used to. He's not made a break since the 6th frame over 30. But that's a great recovery. He just seems to be having a problem at the moment, judging the pace of the table. But that was a tremendous red.
You feel if he can make a frame winning break, win a frame in one visit,
11.
that would go a long way to helping his focus and getting himself back into this match.
12.
Does that a lot, doesn't he, John? Drops his chalk.
Yeah, I do quite a few shows with Ronnie, and when he plays those deep screws, he knocks the chalk out of his waistcoat pocket. Oh, but he's missed the black off the spot.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 12.
Well, you have to say, worrying signs here. Well, how good you are if you're having an off night and giving your opponent at this level, gifting these chances, you're asking for trouble.
One.
That's another horrendous kick. Ronnie Sullivan had one in the previous frame. I don't know if any... I don't think Ronnie uses this magic chalk, John. I'm trying to look and see if Ali Carter does. Yeah, I think he does. It's not the best chance at the moment. Pink and black out of commission.
6. Seven.
The red next to the yellow, which he'll play for now. He'd love to have an angle on it to cannon the black off the cushion. And if the cannon doesn't work out, you're bound to be in another colour, possibly the blue. Don't think he's left himself enough angle. Don't know whether he even thought of playing the shot.
12.
It'll certainly make winning the frame in one visit a lot easier to have the black back in play. It seems to me a bit, John, that Ali's
13.
quite prepared to take what's available without taking any risks.
Yeah, well, he's getting the frames, he's clocking them up on the scoreboard, so he probably feels that these tactics are working at the moment. It's not been flawless snooker by any means from Ali, but from 3 apiece, he's won the last 4.
Yeah, it's been like solid match play snooker.
$17.
91% pot success. Ronnie has dropped down to 87%. At this level, you've got to be 90% or above.
$18.
Well, this is the second time he's had a look at these. He thinks it's a possibility he could play the plant. I mean, he has the angle on the blue. Well, he's going to have to make it. But he has the angle on the blue to cannon full into the pink. But he's played for the plant. As I said, there's a bit of distance between the two. And it's not
23.
dead set on line, so he's got to make it. He probably thinks as well, if he does, he may have the pink to the right middle. And it's nicely played, and he is on the pink.
$30. $31.
Clearly see the bottom red of that cluster of 5 will go into the right corner. And he's got the perfect angle on the pink, just to run it in and play for that red. But it looks as though the other 4 reds that will be left in the middle of the table are slightly covering one another, unless there's another plant
37.
that's reared its head. Just looking for another 25 points from this position to get to snooker's required. And there is another plant.
38.
And this one is dead set. What a bonus. With this one, all you got to do, the first red, is just
44.
aim it towards the pocket. Couldn't be set better than that. Doesn't have to do much to finish on the pink. It's an easy game when the
45.
balls keep appearing in front of you as they have done here. 33 points to lead. And when he pots this red, he'll release the other two reds in the middle of the table. So it looks a formality.
51. $52.
Looks like the third frame this evening. He's going the way of Ali Carter. And Ronnie suffering, as all players will do at this standard. If you miss a black off the spot when you're in,
58.
you're going to get punished. And it's snookers required,
59.
but I don't think Ronnie will have an opportunity to get out of his seat. Perfect on the pink. Play for that red in the middle of the table. And this is a significant frame for Ali Carter. It takes him to 8. So that means he cannot be
65.
behind going into the final session tomorrow afternoon. But it's something to build on.
Yeah, it's always a great feeling. And certain many targets within matches. 5 frames still to play. You would have to say he's going to have a lead of some sort.
66.
How big can he make it? Another significant
72.
part of the way he's won this frame is one in one visit. It's not been scrappy.
Ali Carter 72.
Ronnie
on the
O'Sullivan
frame.
concedes. Ali Carter takes another frame. Stretches his lead to 5. Leads Ronnie O'Sullivan 8-3.
And we mentioned this level, this class, you can't miss when you're in. And this is Ronnie. A black he would normally take for granted. Didn't have to do, it was a natural line for the cue ball. So that's why he shouldn't have missed the black. He was trying to pinch a bit, you could understand it, but disappointing.
Yeah, just with top spin, you were aiming that high in the cue ball. He's just flicked a bit of right hand side on. It's pulled the cue ball over, missed the black thin. So not cueing as purely as he normally does. But that's obviously when you're behind in a match, it doesn't matter who you are, your confidence isn't as high.
Yes, and when he has got in, he seems to be struggling with the pace of the table. But that's because he's not made so many frame-winning breaks.
Thank you, frame 12. Ali Carter to break.
That's normally never a problem for Ronnie O'Sullivan, getting the pace of the table. He just, for me, it looks like something missing. Just in his general body language.
Well, since frame 6, where he had a 96 break, he's not made a break over 30 in the last 5 frames. So, and since then, look at his pot success. Since that 6th frame, 73%. That's unheard of for someone of his ability in class. The poor safety catching the brown.
He was actually fortunate he didn't catch the red on the way up, thicker. He could have left the cue ball down this end of the table. Screwing the cue ball across, possibly blue to left middle. Oh, in fact, really to get to the side of the blue, but well, you won't see a ball better struck than that in the whole tournament. Beautiful cueing.
And definite signs that Ali is growing in confidence. There'll be a mid-session interval after this frame. Wouldn't you just love it if he took all 4? And every chance he will.
Five.
He's had a look at the red that's touching the black, or close to the black, whether that goes to the right corner. You heard
6.
the groan. Finished way short of position in the blue. He has got the cue power to kind of follow through 4 cushions. That's a top spin, in and out of balk. That's a fabulous shot.
Yeah, you could see the cue
11.
Gathering momentum as the top spin took effect. Now, if this red above the black does go, it's no problem for position, but it obviously doesn't. So he's going to be running into other reds, concentrate on the pot, which he's done. Needs a bit of luck.
12.
Well, he's just about on the yellow.
Well, the fact that he's pointing his cue, his tip on the baulk cushion, means he's not taking a pot on here. Surprised me a little bit. The yellow will give him automatic position on the loose red to the right of the table, but he's just keeping this solid match play up. No undue risks being taken. Keeping it tight.
Ali Carter 12.
Yeah, and he probably feels at the moment, and you couldn't disagree with him, that he's got Ronnie just where he wants him. Well, good kiss on the yellow. He's got it. He's on the green. Can you believe it? He found one.
Wow, it's very close to going off in the right middle.
4. Five.
Well, this frame is turned around very, very quickly.
Now the question is, does the black go back on its own spot?
Twelve.
It does, and that red above the black must go. It didn't go before, but it must go now because the black can't be touching
13.
that red. You just feel that Ronnie has got to win this frame now. Another
18.
disappointment, and it'll be hard to take.
19.
Once again, that cue ball, which is usually his great strength, it's not quite on a string tonight.
$24. $25.
We'll see now when he plays this black if the red just above it is available. It should be. As I say, it can't be touching the black. Yes, it's clearly available. That's his stock shot, Ronnie. That screw off
32.
2 cushions.
33. 40.
No hesitation in disturbing reds.
41.
I just wondered, I know we talked about Ali Carter, not taking risks, but that yellow was on. It might cost him.
Well, I'd be very surprised if it didn't cost him this frame. But yeah, and I forgave
48.
him for not taking the yellow by saying he's got Ronnie just where he wants him. Should never count your chickens.
49.
Not with this man. Still needs one of those 3 reds in the middle of the table, so he may have to play the cannon here. Needs to go right. And it hasn't done unless the pink doesn't go on its spot. Well, it will, and therefore he's left with this
55.
thin cut.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 55.
So, tough opening red. As we see, Ronnie just undercut that one to the left corner. This isn't easy, but should it go in automatically on the black? And it is in. What a chance.
1.
Well, this will really hurt Ronnie. He needs to clear the table.
Well, I was just about to say, there's massive pressure now on Ali Carter. I know he's 8-3 in front, but this is a huge clearance.
8.
I don't think that was a kick. I think that was he just tightened up a wee bit there. He knows the importance of this clearance. He's still on this red to the right corner. I don't think there's that much of a problem. Certainly doesn't look it from here. He's maybe just wary about blocking the red and pink up. But top spin through for the black. That's what it looked like to me.
It looks an automatic, doesn't it? He's playing a little stun now. He could knock the pink out of commission. Bad decision.
9.
Bad decision making there.
Green ball.
Well, he's let
Ali
Ronnie off
Carter
the
now.
hook there.
Yeah, you look for turning points in matches in important situations. Could that be one that helps Ronnie O'Sullivan get back into this match? This cue ball is running at pace.
Much too thin, and that's been the problem with Ronnie. He's so reliable normally on his safety, but he's been catching them too thick, too thin. 34 points the difference, 43 remaining. Not even looking at the red in the middle of the table, which does surprise me. Got to be wary of the double kiss here. And he's sending the red towards the corner. He needs the blue to come to his rescue. And has it? I don't think so. Strange choice of shot. Still needs a follow. 35 points to lead. 35 remaining.
Yeah, 2 or 3 decisions, and that's what the top level snooker is about, making the right decision at the right time.
6.
And I feel Ali Carter has made some wrong decisions in this frame.
7.
Yes, what an opportunity he had to go into the mid-session interval with a 5-frame advantage. Okay, it'll still be a 4-frame advantage, but
12.
he's let one slip here and let Ronnie off the hook.
Yeah, I tell you
14.
what, even though he's 8-4 ahead, it's evens who's the most uncomfortable at the interval.
17.
Ali Carter will be fuming at that chance he gave up.
21.
doesn't matter about the blue.
And Sullivan 21.
He's giving supporters something to cheer about, you could say, at last. But Ali Carter won 3 of the 4 and goes into the mid-session interval with a 4-frame lead. 8-4. Welcome back. Mid-session interval over. 4 more frames to be played. All players just getting the water ready.
The 13th frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Big 4 frames. And not the best break-off shot from Ronnie unless it runs behind the green, that cue ball. And it has. Not as played. But he'll settle for it. Match time now. Just coming up to 3 hours and 9 minutes. And a couple of lengthy frames. Average frame time, just over 15.5 minutes. It's pretty quick. The average shot time, well, Ronnie usually about 17. I think that's about average for Ali. And thin off the red, thin off the pink. Oh no, he managed to miss the pink. Didn't miss the yellow, but fortunately for Ronnie, he didn't catch it full in the face. Otherwise, he'd have left a tempter for Ali.
Black not available, so top spin of the cushion. Pink's available to left corner and the blue. Maybe a touch of left-hand side. Lovely shot. That last frame, Ali Carter had a golden opportunity to clear up and go 9-3 ahead. I wonder, is that a turning point in this match?
Yeah, you always look back at frames that could have gone either way. And after Ronnie had given Ali that chance to clear up, he just felt that, well, let's put it this way, if Ali Carter had won that, no matter what happens in this second half of this session, he'd have had a 2-frame advantage going into the final session tomorrow afternoon. But if Ronnie can make the most of these opportunities, well, he hasn't, because that's a poor positional shot. Just not had that cue ball under control.
That's very, very unlike Ronnie O'Sullivan. He played a shot earlier on of 2 cushions from the green and got nowhere near in that one. He again had a huge area to land the cue ball in.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 3.
And another. I mean, being so close to the red, it's unforgivable to hit the green full in the face, and that's the target for Ali to aim for, try and get in behind that green and brown. Just a bit thick.
Well, that's the second red that Ronnie O'Sullivan's flicked in, one in the last frame. I don't know if he looked at this or not, I was just playing the safety. This is a good positional shot, playing for the red just below the pink.
Yeah, and it clears the area around the pink spot. Not certain where the pink spot is. With 2 reds just below the pink. I mean, you wouldn't really want to play the cannon because it could go wrong, but if the pink doesn't go comfortably on its own spot and be available, then he may risk the cannon. And there's the pink spot. It will be tied up, the pink, after it's potted. So he's found another red to play on. As I say, how available is the pink? Well, it's not too bad.
12.
It's available into the right corner, left middle. Up for the blue though on this one.
13.
I'm just watching Ali Carter for the past few shots. He's not paying attention at all.
18.
It's almost like he deliberately doesn't want to watch the table.
19.
Chance here for Ronnie and potting the pink. Just those two reds just below the pink. Just flick the left-hand side one and leave the other one for the opposite card. Oh, and he missed that cannon. I'm sure he played it. Okay, he's got another red, but no reason he shouldn't have played the cannon.
25.
Yeah, digging down.
26.
Well, probably got into the cue ball a little bit too much. That's why he's on the yellow and not the blue. Well, if this red
28.
goes, the one that's closest to the cue ball, he's been very fortunate. It doesn't. He's on nothing.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 28.
Again, Ali Carter doesn't want to take this red on. He's looking at somewhere on this black cushion. He can leave it safe. It's fraught with danger, going for the pot. The path the cue ball's going to take. No, he was forced into going for it, he felt. And he's left it. He was a long way away from the pot, I have to say. I just wonder if that last frame is still playing on his mind.
One.
Well, looks like grimace from Ronnie, a little bit annoyed. Surely he's got a slight angle on the blue. Looks to have. Well, for once he's had the cue ball travelling and he's judged the pace of it well.
6.
Up for the blue again.
7.
But straighter on the blue would have been better. Played that nicely.
12.
This time, of course, he had
13.
the nice angle on the red, so he could play for the pink. This pink will put him 50 points in front, with 75 remaining. So the pink, 2 more reds and a colour. And colours will be sufficient.
$19. 20.
If he can stump past these 2 reds, he can be on the red that's just below the black. Red and a colour required
26.
to leave Ali Carter needing a snooker.
27.
Wrong side of the blue, but this blue will put him 63 points in front with just 59 points remaining.
In between yellow and brown, touch your left-hand side. Wait for the red that's on the black cushion. Oh, that was strange. You got no side on the cue ball. That's very strange.
32.
That's a fabulous pot.
Well, yes, an important pot, I would say, Stephen, because he didn't want Ali Carter to carry on playing for snookers. When you're playing catch-up, you want the frames to end as soon as possible.
38.
Or as quickly as possible. Doesn't look as though the
39.
black will go, does it? Well, it might just creep in. It doesn't matter now. Frame's over. Well, it did just creep in.
46. 47.
I'm sure he'd like to try and clear the table. Yeah. He needs every ounce of encouragement
54.
at the moment to get that confidence back where it should be.
55. Foul.
Oh.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
Well, it
55,
doesn't matter. The frame was well and
Frame
truly
Ronnie
over.
O'Sullivan.
Ali Carter concedes. You can hear the encouragement that Ronnie's getting, but he's still 3 frames behind. It's now 8-5.
Yeah, Ali Carter, the whole time, virtually, Ronnie was at the table, John. He spent looking at the other match. Well, Ronnie's joining in now, but it was almost like it was a deliberate ploy. He didn't want to watch Ronnie at the table.
Yeah. And Ronnie, occasionally, when he'd be playing a yellow or a brown, would catch that in his eye line, wouldn't he, that Ali wasn't looking at the table. He didn't have to look at the table, of course. Was you a looker or a non-looker?
I think when you're not at the table, you're still got to concentrate.
I agree.
You tend not to watch the player you're playing, but you're focusing on the table because that's where you hope to be. That's you hope your opponent makes a mistake and you're going to get a chance. I think if your mind starts to drift, it's sometimes you get an unexpected chance and you're not ready for it.
Three more frames to be played, and they're very, very important now.
I think if you're Ali Carter,
14.
you want to win
Ali
2 of them.
Carter to break.
And of the 3 frames left to be played, if Ali can win one of them, he'd be certain of having a 2-frame advantage going into the final session tomorrow afternoon. And the way things have gone this evening, I would suggest, even if it did finish all square at 8, I would be very disappointed.
Whoa, what a pot. Yeah, he'd be devastated. No, I would be. 8-3. He was laying the foundations for getting a big lead. Ronnie was actually playing to stun the cue ball the other side of the blue there, believe it or not.
4.
Yeah, so we won't look at that terrific opening red, but this is a tough one, and it's dangerous should it not go in. But it's gone in, and it's developed the black. Purposely played the cannon.
You can feel the atmosphere building, John, in the Crucible. Obviously, there's another match going on, and this, Ronnie's starting to win frames. You can feel the buzz
12.
rising. Incredible venue.
Yeah, there's no place like it in snooker. It's pure theatre. Once you get rid of this red that's just to the left of the black, if you can.
18.
There you go. Just a bit of hardboard separating the two tables. This is a more difficult red, but he wants to clear it away from the black. Played it well.
19.
Wouldn't say he's absolutely perfect on the black. He's got to force this off the top cushion for position. Oh, made it look easy. Made it look easy.
26.
Lots of noise coming from the other side of the arena. Got to keep your concentration.
I think actually Ronnie enjoys it.
34.
Enjoys the noise and the buzz. Was playing for the black there.
Yeah, tester here, and that noise going on. Will he take a step back and just let it die down? He's going to take the pressure blue on. Superb strike with all that's going on. That was a tremendous shot.
40. Ooh. 41.
Even Ronnie didn't think that was in.
No, that was a deceleration. That's what happens. You almost missed the shot thin. Yeah, that was like Bubba Watson in the Ryder Cup. You know, when he teed off and he got the crowd to keep cheering and cheering while he played the tee-off shot. That's what that was like there. And Ronnie potted that long blue.
Yeah, the
49.
noise. Well, and yet the referee will say to somebody, "Can you put them sweet wrappers away?"
54.
3 reds still needed. Bad contact.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 54.
Wasn't his fault that time.
Let's have a look. Yeah, the red came off an unnatural angle. Could this be another big moment? Wasn't able to capitalise in the frame before the interval. He's lost a cue ball straight in the black. It's no good, really. Overscrewed.
8.
Cue ball by about a good 6 inches. But again, all caused by that first shot. A little careless shot to land straight on the black. Any angle on the black was fine.
Yeah, he can pot this red to the middle, but he can't do a lot with the cue ball. If he tries, he could miss the red. Well, all things considered, that was a tremendous shot. That's the best he could have got out of that for position.
Needs another good shot here. I mean, possibly in your practice in the club, you try and go into the 5 reds and pink. It's a big target, but I don't think you'll play that here.
He'll be trying to get in the circle if he can. Well, he's decided to come down the other side. The problem coming down this side, you've got to be so precise. Well, is there a red
14.
below the pink that goes?
You see the red to the right of the pink, I think was the one he was playing for.
Yeah, but this looks like it. Well, it's very hard to say, isn't it? I think it goes. The problem is, can he hit enough of it?
I'm not sure. You see the red to the right of the 5. I think, sure that's the one he was playing for. This could go wrong. Well done. Your commentator's eye, JB, was superior to mine.
Yeah, he could just get through to it, but once again, you see that reaction, so he must have finished the worst side of straight, yeah, just off straight. So he just can't get this cue ball under perfect control at the moment, which you need to, particularly when the pressure's on, and what a big frame this is now.
Love this red to go to the left middle. I don't
22.
think it does.
He plays for the red to the left corner, and it's a thin one, playing into what we call the blind pocket. You can see the cue ball, you can see the object ball, but you haven't got the pocket in your eye line. You've got to pick out the spot. Well, he's playing safe. He's played safe.
Ali Carter, 22.
Will he get another chance?
I would think that Ronnie would be very relieved there. Well, you may think a little bit pacey, but he knew he was sending that red towards the right corner. That's why he gave it a little bit of extra. This red does cut into the left corner. But more concerned with getting the cue ball back to the ballk end, but not quite there. That was a dangerous red to go for, and the reason I say that, 3/4 ball pot, if you don't get it, it comes back up the table with the white, and he's left this red on.
And Ali Carter's decision to refuse that cut back red has been vindicated.
One.
Will he take this black on? You'd have to say probably not.
Just can't buy a positional shot at the moment. The way he's eyeing it up, I think he is going for it. Could win him the frame, could lose him the frame.
Brilliant.
Great shot. Took a lot of courage to go for it because he's refused easier shots than that.
That really was a fabulous pot. It was the frame. If he had missed it. Well, it would only be pressure that would stop Ali Carter winning the frame of this visit.
Yeah, there's not a problem ball on the table. The only problem that could arise is between the ears. This is where his technique that he's honed on the practice table all those years stands you in good stead
16.
in big pressure moments like this.
17.
8 points behind now.
Probably screw back for the blue here.
Yeah, a lot easier to get from blue to yellow as Ronnie now can only look on. He's had his chances. Didn't want the kiss on the black.
25.
Well, he's been lucky.
Very, very lucky. Very lucky. Why has he played topspin there? That was always going to happen. Because the topspin doesn't take straight away. There's a slight delay, and that's what took the cue ball into the black.
Yeah, threw the cue ball wide. And as I say, lucky to be on the pink as he is. Or on the black if he chose it. And now just 1 point the difference. So he needs up to and including
31.
the pink. And if anything can go wrong on these type of clearances, it's
33.
brown to blue. If he gets perfect from brown to blue, it's a formality. But take nothing for granted.
Boy, his heart must have been
36.
in his mouth when he played that last red and he's seen the cue ball going towards the black.
.40.
Perfect on the blue. The pink
.45.
for the steel. And a big, big frame that guarantees him at least a 2-frame advantage going in the final session tomorrow. In it goes. So he rose to the occasion there. Tremendous pressure Blackie potted to make the clearance possible. And he's now back to 4 frames in front once again. This time, 9-5. Got to feel a little bit for Ronnie there. He got a bad contact when he looked as though he was in the balls and certain to win the frame. And not for the first time he's had a bad contact. This is the shot.
Yep, the red definitely jumped. Ronnie doesn't use this, this special chalk that a lot of players are using it, that they seem to say prevents, 99% of kicks. But interesting frame, really. Ali Carter had a red, he refused it. As you say, it was into a blind pocket, and we thought, will he get another chance? And he did.
But he did get a chance, and I've got to be honest with you, Steve, and I know you were a very attacking player, but that red that Ronnie missed to give him that chance, it's an all or nothing shot. Because it's probably a 3/4 ball pot, you know if it doesn't go in, it's going to come back up the table. And it was an easy safety. He could have played it thin off the side cushion and just been a bit more patient. And I think that's one of the things I'm spotting with Ronnie tonight. He doesn't look as though he's prepared to wait for his chances. He's trying to make things happen.
Yeah, I agree entirely. He's a focused Ronnie O'Sullivan, or 100% focused Ronnie
Settle
O'Sullivan.
down now, please. Thank you.
Always plays the right shot.
Frame 15. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Well, they've got the arena to themselves now. The match is finished on the other side, so everybody can enjoy what is a very, very important last 2 frames.
Well, you have to say, if Ali Carter wins both of them, you can't really see. It's always possible, but you think 11-5 is too big a mountain to climb. 10-6, okay, you're still in it. Long way off.
Now, what's he left? What damage has he done? Well, he's left a red on for Ronnie. Could have been easier. But nicely stroked in. So Ronnie gets first chance.
If the blue wasn't there, he'd have 2 cushions for the red closest to the right corner, but it's not an option. Don't know if the black's available to the left corner. It looks like it is from here, but
3.
we'll soon know from this shot. Well, I would say obviously not, because I think Ronnie would have played for it.
4.
Well, in that case, you want to come and... Well, it's a bit tight. having a look, deciding which red to play for. You'd feel that if he thinks the black's not available into either corner, then play for one of the reds that's stopping the black going in the corner. And he's played for the red that's just below the black.
9.
Now can he screw back and avoid a kiss on the black? He could. And now he can
10.
play for the other red to the right corner, and the black will be available into both corner pockets. Good chance now.
17.
Yeah, not just watching
18.
Ali Carter. It's funny, you know, he's watching the tail. Now there's no other table for him to watch. They finished on the other side.
25.
Looking for another 43 points from this position
26.
to get to snooker's required.
Play a little cannon up into the bunch here. Just a soft cannon. Not too hard. Yep, just hold for another red.
33. 34.
There's a red just up and to the left of the black he can play for now. Played it nicely. And there's a red at the edge of that cluster that will go to the right corner.
41.
So he doesn't really have to play any cannons to
42.
get on the next red. He was a bit careless if he's come a bit straight there, and he has. He's come the wrong side of straight.
Yeah, you've seen a little sarcastic nod of the head there from Ronnie. But that's a beautiful shot. It really is.
Just like the cue. Just delivered the cue as smooth as silk.
It's hard to explain
50.
to people who don't play snooker how difficult that is to hit it that well.
And another red available on this side, and he looks once again. Looking at his body language, he's on it.
57.
Looking for two more reds, two more colours.
$58.
Well, I presume he played for the pink. The red that's out of those five obviously doesn't go to the right middle. So he's got a little bit of work to do here. Trace a left-hand side on this cue ball. But it's made no difference to the pot. And as he found the gap, oh, he flicked the red. But he's okay. He's okay.
65.
Could have flicked that red any thicker, it could have ruined the
66.
position. But just this black now to go 73 points ahead with just 67 remaining.
$73.
Oh, wonderful.
74.
Ali Carter missed the red by a long way at the start of this frame, and he's been well punished for it.
$79.
Well, a long way from that red. We're
That's
a magnificent
79
break.
in the frame.
Punished Ali Carter for that mistake. He pulls one frame back, Ronnie Sullivan. He'd love to win the last frame of the session, but he trails 9-6.
Yeah, real glimpse there of the break building ability of Ronnie O'Sullivan. Okay, he didn't make the century, but he won the frame in one visit. And it's all about shot selection and cue ball control, and for once this evening it was consistent.
Yeah, and there was one or two shots in that break that were just absolutely fabulous positional shots. that it makes look so easy. He times the ball so well. And a couple of screw shots with reverse side.
Yeah, and that one in particular had us both drooling, didn't it? Because you don't hit it, you just cue it, and he cued it so smoothly.
So often you see players playing, you get a kick because you have to time it absolutely perfectly. If Ronnie Sullivan wins this last frame, he won't be too disappointed going into the final session.
Massive frame, this.
Thank you. The final frame of this session, Ali Carter to break.
So the question is, will Ali Carter have a 2-frame advantage or a 4-frame advantage going in tomorrow afternoon's final session?
Big shot this. He's taking this red on. I mean, does he risk playing the cannon? The red next to the black? Oh.
One.
Fabulous pot. Aiming down on the cue ball.
Yeah, and right in the heart of the pocket. Now it's a bit too close to the cushion for comfort, but if he can pot the blue and avoid a kiss on the red that's on the extreme left of the table as we look, he shouldn't bother with the position, but he's got to avoid the kiss on the red. And he's done that beautifully. And now he looks as though he's got a nice angle on this red to pot it and cannon the red that's just
6.
to the left of the black. And if this goes right, the black's available into both corners. Perfect.
7.
We'll come around to see if the red's available to the left corner. If it's not, he'll just screw the cue ball up just softly into the main bunch. We have a choice of reds to either corner pocket.
$14. 15.
Another 56 points from this position needed to get to snooker's required. Another beautiful shot. All of a sudden his timing seems to have come
22.
back.
Yeah, and you just, you look at the body language and look at Ronnie's face, you can see, almost see the focus
23.
just slowly creeping back.
Well, he's opened all the reds up now. The frame's there for the mercy, for his mercy, but he's still got to pot the balls. This is a big frame and he knows the importance of it.
I think possibly his opponent will have resigned himself to the fact that he's going to have to settle for a 9-7 lead.
31.
I mean, at the start of the match, he'd bite your hand off to be leading 9-7 going into the final session, but having been 8-3 in front, perhaps not the lead he was hoping for.
Thinner on the blue than he would like. He doesn't want to really play a cannon, but he's probably better off playing a little cannon on the pink to hold the cue ball rather than anything else. Well, he decided he could screw round, but he's lost the cue ball somewhat, and when that blue goes on its spot, he won't be on an easy red.
36.
Still got a red to the left corner, but I thought he'd have played a little cannon there on the pink. Doesn't matter, great pots. Doesn't matter, great pots.
47.
Played the cue ball into an area. We could have a choice of at
39.
least 3 reds to this left corner.
40.
Again, if he takes the cue ball just to the right of the pink as we look at it, just to that gap, you think he can't fail to be on a red.
I suppose the only difference this time, he can find a path for the cue ball to be able to control it. And that's why he's played it like that. And he's on the red to the right middle
45.
nicely.
46.
Well, looks like John, we're going in for a cracking final session.
53.
Yeah, book this for your
54.
Saturday afternoon enjoyment, because Ali Carter is still going to have that 2-frame advantage. And Ronnie now just needs
61.
red and a black. This
62.
black will put him 69 points in front with just 67 remaining. And it goes. I mean, if you can ask Ronnie O'Sullivan to start this evening, he'd like to have won this session. He's going to level it at 4-all and start tomorrow's final session 2 frames behind.
70.
But he's shown a bit of character here. He's not really had control of the cue ball like he normally has. But he's right back in the match.
Yeah, practically 11 or 12 minutes ago it was 9-5.
77.
And just a
78.
question, do you think Ali has missed a trick? Do you think he should have pushed the ball out a bit more often? I know he's had chances to nick frames, which he didn't.
He's had a game plan. He doesn't want to take too many risks, but as I said earlier, 8-3. This is not the lead
82.
he would have had in his mind. But he's got to remember he is in front.
83.
Sure, Ronnie would love to
89.
leave this packed Crucible crowd with a century.
90.
He's already made 947 in his career. There's been 42 made in the tournament so far.
97.
Just a red and a black to bring the house down.
98.
In it goes, and you can hear the roars and the cheers. 10 up.
105.
Doesn't matter about the yellows. They'll shake hands, say see you tomorrow. And Ali Carter has a 2-frame advantage to go into that. Didn't even bother shaking hands with the referee. He wanted to get out of the arena, did Ali. So all to look forward to tomorrow afternoon. Ali Carter leads the favourite, Ronnie O'Sullivan, 9 frames to 7.